Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Warranty has never been as important as it is today with all of the technology and new things happening in fixed operations. Want to welcome the team from Jupiter Warranty Management. Tyler Nathan, our great friend, is the Director of Marketing, back with us again. Andrea Howard, a specialist on the team handling Ford and Ford dealers. Tyler and Andrea, welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks, Ted. Good to see you.
Tyler, great to see you both. In fact, if I can start with this, I know NADA is coming up. It's right around the corner. I can't believe we are at the end of January. It's next week in Las Vegas. Hopefully, no snowstorms this year. And we're going to see you out there, Tyler. And you're going to have a big presence with Jupiter Warranty.
Absolutely, Ted. We're looking forward to it. We've got a great new show and a great new product that we're bringing out as well, or at least an enhancement to our current process, if you will.
Everybody, we'll talk about it a little bit later on in the show. But NADA booth number 7222N. That's where you will find Tyler Nathan and the team from Jupiter Warranty. Talk about your dealership, talk about your needs. I will be spending time with Tyler and the team there, and he'll be spending some time with myself and with Sarah as well. We'll be doing some interviews and a great time to come and learn more about what Jupiter Warranty does for our industry. So, with that, Tyler, I know you're going to be sharing some things with us today as well. There's been a lot of new developments in the way you're working with dealers, a lot of new enhancements. And I don't know if you want to help maybe get started with some of that as well.
Yeah, so Ted, we have a new system. We call it DICE. It stands for Dealer Interactive Claims Exceptions, with the key word there being exceptions. So basically, it allows us to we're lean and processing your claims, and any of the exceptions would be the things that we might need information on, or maybe need particular dealer attention on. We could put it in this DICE system, and it's a lot better way to communicate with the dealership. It allows and it allows management at the dealership to oversee their store in a way they couldn't before, and it also gives that advantage to groups where they might have multiple dealerships, and they're wondering, well, it's working pretty good at most of our stores, but maybe this one doesn't seem like yeah, things are as efficient as possible. They can pop in to DICE and
Wow.
actually see what kinds of things are being held out, and how fast they're what their teams are responding to, and so forth. Yes, so it's very helpful information, especially in a group environment, and also and even for a general manager, dealer, or service director.
Warranty's a huge chunk of income, Tyler. So I like that. Um, Also, I think part of the secret recipe at Jupiter is the people. And it's a big part of the recipe. And you hire folks who are experienced, like Andrea, in retail and working with Warranty. So perhaps maybe you want to give her a much more formal introduction than I've done so far.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you know, Ted, we're big in the marketplace. If anybody goes on, Google or Bing, and you search for warranty administration or warranty claims processing, we pop right up at the top. And dealers find us that way. But you know what? Who finds us even more? Is skilled warranty administrators all over the country. We get over 1,000 resumes coming in every year, so it's like 3 or 4 a day, and we're able to hire the best in the country. Andrea is one of these. She's been with us for a time here, and she's got, gosh, over 10 years of experience with Ford, but many years more than that in other lines that she's done. She's a true expert in warranty administration, and that's one of the reasons why we're having her come on and talk. And like I said, and the way that we manage our company, it's the a lot of times dealerships will say, well, how many of these particular stores do you have, of this particular OEM? And the reason that that's never an issue here is that we each division is almost ran like a little separate company for each OEM. So we'll have a lead, and then we'll have our admins that specialize in that area, and so that's why we're experts in multiple OEMs, because we don't expect our people to be experts in more than one or maybe two if they're handling a second line. So,
Andrea, stranger to retail, welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Tell us a little about your background and some of the things that you do now with Jupiter.
Sure. So, I've been in the automotive industry for about 25 years. I started at a dealership, pretty much right out of high school. In that time frame, it was a Chrysler, Subaru, Volkswagen, BMW franchise dealer, family owned. Um, Again, very young, very green. Started out doing cashiering, title work. Um, and then found myself learning the warranty end of things. It's very nichey, and I loved it. And from there, I learned, those brands of OEMs, going through the dealership world, of course, being immersed in the service department, you learn all the, fixed stop areas there, parts, service. I worked control with the controller. I did a little bit of accounts payable, accounts receivable. Really learned a lot in those first 15 years in my dealership world. Um, and as sometimes happens with family owned dealerships, it was sold. And so my career moved forward in a way that I found myself at a Ford and Kia actually dealership. So from there, learning those brands. And again, as things tend to evolve, more and more dealerships are looking to the outsourcing of warranty administration, rather than keeping it in house. And through a couple different steps, I found myself here. And what a wonderful adventure it's been. And the keynote about what I'm doing now is
Yes.
I'm working with an incredibly talented group of Ford Warranty Administration. You learn so much from what these other groups of people have done, what they've seen, their expertise. You take everybody's years of expertise together, um, and what a learning experience it's been. You're never alone. You're never without an answer. We have this wonderful, knowledgeable group of people. What one person might not know, somebody else is going to have the answer to. And it's quite fantastic.
That dealership warranty administrator, that role continues to change. That's a very tough role. As you
Mhm.
know, a lot of times those folks get tasked with other responsibilities, all right, along the way. So they're not just doing warranty, but as you mentioned, also communication is so important.
Yes.
You're communicating with dispatching, techs, service advisors, you name it. Okay, there's so many folks involved, and there's really no substitute for that experience. But as I said, that role is changing, and we
Mhm.
see more and more dealers starting to, think, well, you know what, maybe we should start to consider something like this. And then all of a sudden, it seems to happen, and they call Tyler at Jupiter Warranty.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. One of the things Andrea brings to the table, and so many other of our admins, is I always like to think of it as RI. We hear all this stuff about AI, artificial intelligence. I prefer RI much better. That's real intelligence.
Okay. Yes. Well, it takes, look, let's face it, it takes a human being. Um, there are some big items in warranty, okay, that, need a human touch, right? And, while we've certainly been fascinated with AI, and a lot of us, are using it now in different parts of, let's say, searching and so on the internet, this is a huge part of the income for the dealer, Tyler. And, it takes skilled people to really know the ins and outs.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be no the reason that I mean, a lot of you have to take a look at how much money you have coming through your service department that is
Right.
affected by warranty. So most dealerships, it runs somewhere between on the light side, it's 30% of your income, from service. On the heavy side, it's maybe 70% of your income. It just really depends on the manufacturer. And so when you're talking about that kind of revenue, something that hopefully is 100% of your service absorption for your dealership, right? So that is a lot of money. It'd be no different than if you were to hire a computer program to handle all your financials. I mean, you're not going to do that. You're going to need a professional who's on the side of looking out for your best interest. And so that's one of the things that we really bring to the table is by having expert folks like Andrea who are skilled in these particular lines and studying and sharing with the rest of the team, we're able to maximize the claim value and also follow all the different requirements by the OEM. There are so many times that maybe the dealership's doing pretty good collecting money, but then they get in a lot of trouble with audits as well. So that's a challenge.
Andrew, that's a good point. It seems right now, you know, Tyler mentioned that A word, okay,
Mhm.
audits. It seems that they are a lot more focused on audits. It seems with all the inflationary things that have happened, you know, with labor rates increasing, warranty rates, parts and labor, there's a lot more focus on this warranty chunk. I'm part of the manufacturer, and I imagine you probably see trends out there that would help the dealers that you work with.
Absolutely. That's an excellent point. And I myself have experience. This is a very real question for me. I myself have had a few stores that have gone through audits in the very recent past for a variety of issues. And it is pivotal that us and our roles stay very astute to, the warranty landscape is constantly changing and evolving. The policies and the procedures, again, constantly changing and evolving, and it's pivotal. And one thing that we're able to really bring to the table for these dealers is educating them and communicating with them
Right, right.
all the time about all the necessary changes that they need to be aware of when it comes to, okay, your dealer profitability is being affected by this. We want to make sure, these things are done and those things are done and these things are built and whatnot. All the requirements that Ford requires. But additionally, knowing that in an audit situation, these are going to be heavily scrutinized. And though you might get paid for it today, they will possibly take it away tomorrow. Um, and that's one thing that I've been working very heavily with my stores,
Okay.
especially over the last year, because I feel that there was a bit of a calm there for a few years. Maybe audits weren't quite as
Right.
predominant, but they've really brought it back. And what I've been, again, heavy communication, heavy education on, these are all the things that is, pivotally required of you as a dealership. And um, I have a wonderful relationship with my individual stores, and they've been very receptive to all of my feedback.
Tyler, it sounds, she said, Andrew said it best. She has a relationship with those dealerships. I would think that's also part of the secret sauce, having that relationship of a person of the real intelligence, if you will.
Absolutely, Ted. Yeah, it's so many times we'll have a dealership that maybe a service director who moves to a new dealership, and they'll call us up and they'll say, "I want to come back, but I definitely need my warranty admin that I'm used to working with." We love to hear that because it just
Yeah.
tells us how well our employees are doing and the relationships that they have with their customers. And it's really a working team. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
If I may, Tyler, do your people like Andrea, who's with us here today, do they handle specifically for example, Ford? Okay, is Andrea somebody who would handle just Ford, or are they tasked with other franchises depending on their knowledge as well?
Yeah, and in most of the cases they do a single line because we believe in loading up folks with a complete, as much as possible with the line that they have. In some cases, they'll learn another line, or they already came to us knowing another line, and we'll bring them enough volume that they can be experts at both. But we don't have any jacks of all trades. All of our folks here
Okay.
are experts in the lines. It's kind of like a language. Some people can, most of us are good at a single language, but some people can learn two languages fluently. It's very rare to find somebody who can do, three or four languages and do them fluently. And it's very similar to that with warranty, because what happens is, and I can speak, I myself was a Ford administrator at one point, and what happens is you end up kind of translating things in your mind. So instead of
Mm,
what like Ford has customer concern codes and condition codes, and
yes.
other manufacturers maybe call them fault codes, and you have a tendency to think in a Ford manner, or Ford manner, or I do anyway, and then other people think in a Toyota manner if that's what they learned on, or that's what they do the most of. And so generally what we try to do is keep it to a limited amount, load people up with that, and then we have now 200 employees, so it gives us the
Wow.
capability to really move work around and make sure that folks are, yeah. So we've got plenty of people in each of the divisions.
Your company's growing, Tyler. Congratulations on all the success that you're having in the industry. And, as our industry becomes more complex, and again, there's more focus now, Andrew, on fixed operations, right? Everyone's focused now on fixed, all right? And making sure that we're capturing every dollar. There's got to be a lot of complexity in warranties, staying on top of, all the changes. It's got to be every day. Okay, things are being changed. You got to be aware of what's acceptable, what's not, and also keeping the dealer compliant, not just now, but so that they don't repeat the same mistake that they did, in the past. What do you say?
It is a delicate balance. It is an incredible challenge for us administrators, definitely
Yeah,
keeping on tabs of all the changes. And as you pointed out, they can be daily. What was true yesterday might not be true today. So one of the
yeah,
things that we do as administrators here is, we take the time to read all the newest uh, literature and postings and all everything that's changing day to day. We absolutely have to stay on top of that, and consequently make sure that our stores are informed of that as well. And I think that that's something that we do incredibly well, in making sure that at the same time you're staying compliant, you're in compliancy with four. Nobody wants that audit coming to their doorstep, and that is a big focus that we spend a lot of time concentrating on here.
well, and Tyler, it speaks volumes. Meaning Andrea, we've had some folks with Jupiter who represent other franchises as well on the show, and your people are very knowledgeable and they're very retail, and that says a lot. I would imagine that's exactly what the dealer needs. They need somebody who knows that franchise, who knows what to look for, know what other dealers are experiencing. Also, you got to be quick, right? These, there's a sense of urgency on getting these filings in. That's a lot of money for these dealers.
Yeah, we find that well, there's very few people at our company that have not worked, and none of them are admins who have not worked at a dealership. If you try to when you try to train somebody into that position, it's really hard for them to really understand what the dealerships
Yeah.
what working in a dealership is like. So it's almost like a prerequisite to have that challenge and that lifestyle and really learn what dealers need, and especially when it comes to month end and payroll, all the things that warranty is tangled up with. It's important that they understand that when we hire them.
You mentioned earlier in our broadcast that you've got a couple new things for Jupiter. I know you're going to be talking about this and showing this at NADA. Anything you could show us now on some of the things that you've been working on that you could share with the audience here before we come and see you next week in Las Vegas?
Absolutely, yeah. I'd like to show you a few screens from Dice, our
Okay.
um, dealer interactive claim exceptions system that we talked about. So what this is going to do is, like I said, revolutionizes and changes the communication that we have with the dealership and
Okay.
streamlines it. So if you want to go to the next slide there, Ted, one of the things that we'll be doing instead, we're still going to use email to
Okay.
alert management of updates to the system. So this is a sample email of just that updates have been done to Dice, and there's a link there. And one of the things about our setup is that we're making it easy. It's not gonna be one of those things where you have to not only remember your password every time, but you also have to have it call your phone and all that sort of thing. It's going to be very quick. You can keep it in the browser so that you can log back in. The user can get in multiple times during the day without having to put in a login and password. So very quick and easy. Go ahead and go to that next screen if you would.
Dealership interactive claims exceptions. Also, a question I have, is this real time for the dealer where they can see a lot of these things, that are happening right now?
That's the best part. If Andrea
Oh,
posts something in there,
okay.
it'll immediately pop up on the screen for the dealer, and if the dealer responds, it'll immediately move it on Andrea's screen too, if she was that.
So, Andrea, if I'm the dealer or let's say a general manager or, maybe even more appropriately a service manager or fixed ops director, I can log into Dice and I can see where we are at right now and see if there's any bottlenecks in the system, if things have been pending for a while. Is that right?
That's right, Ted. It's real time, it's real world. It's
Okay.
constantly updating as we're working things. So this is a great tool for keeping any and all things that are going on right now that
Hmm.
absolutely need attended to in
Okay.
one spot. It's fantastic.
Yep.
And this screen that you're looking at here, you'll notice some of it's in bright red
Yes.
because that means it's dated. So and it's based on the OEM. Some OEMs care about when the RO was opened. Some care about the last technician punch date. Some
Oh,
care about possibly when it was submitted. And so whatever date is important for that OEM is what we base the warning colors on. So this dealership could come in here and say, "Wow, we've got 4 tickets here that are aged. We need to jump on them right away."
that makes a lot of sense. And this is clear and it's concise. And what are we tracking here? Oh, these are pending admin review.
Well, once you respond to the previous list that we saw there, it
Okay.
immediately moves it here to pending admin review. That means now whatever Andrea was requesting, let's say, has been provided, and now she can she'll take care of it. But the dealer will know that, oh, we can
It's
see that
moved
we
on.
responded to it. And it's waiting on Andrea. Then once she receives it and submits it, it'll move it to the submitted area there, and you can see in this case there isn't anything in either of those sections.
Okay.
But then you can go to that final section there as well um, on the next screen there, and this is
Approved.
basically just showing you approved adjustments. So
Oh,
one of the
wow.
other things that we use it for is that the dealerships we have people that back Andrea up. We have a posting person, and we also have somebody who does schedules and statements. And the schedules and statements person reconciles and takes a lot of pressure off of our admins so that they can process more claims. And in doing so, they're the ones who are doing a lot of the research as to why did something pay differently than the way it was closed. So if the dealer was expecting $500 and only $480 paid, somebody needs to look into that $20 and find out what's going on with it. We'll have our schedules and statements person do that, and then they'll get Andrea involved if it's something that is like maybe didn't pay properly, like maybe there's a labor op that didn't pay, or maybe there were
Sure.
parts that didn't pay. Then the warranty admin would get involved. But otherwise, they can create a JV report and help the
Okay.
dealerships adjust that, and our posting person can even make those adjustments for the dealer. But this is how, let's say the dealer has given us a $50 limit where they anything under $50 we can go ahead and research it, make a decision and adjust it. Then we wouldn't put it on here. But if it's, you'll notice
Okay.
all these total amounts are $50 or more.
Yes.
Let's say all of these adjustments require approval. Well, we would put it in dice, and then the service manager goes in, looks at it, reviews it, and says, "Yeah, I get it. We messed up. We had it in our system at customer pay rates, and really it's warranty. So we were paid fully, but there's an adjustment that needs to occur." And so they would go ahead and approve the adjustment, and then we would go ahead and make the adjustment for them and clear it out of their books. And it tracks. The nice thing about all of this is that there's a history that stores with the claim, and you can in the and that'll be the next screen we go into is kind of a detail of a claim.
Tyler, is this ready to go now, or is this something that's
Oh
coming?
yeah. We're all new accounts are being set up on this, and we're
Okay.
training. We're moving all of our existing accounts to it. We with over 530 dealerships, we're
Sure.
it's going to take us a little bit of time, maybe a quarter, to get everybody rolled onto it. But
Okay.
we're busily rolling out this to all of our stores.
So when I come to see you at NADA next week in Las Vegas, is this something that you'll be able to actually show me and demo and take me through?
Yes, sir. We'll
Wow.
have it ready to go, and we can show you. We're of course using some sample data here, and that's
Right.
what I have a sample account that has some
Sure.
stuff we can play around with.
I
Absolutely.
like it. This looks really good. And here's your RO, and the RO is closed.
Now
And
this screen too, you can see it's easy for the dealer to scan us items,
oh,
maybe from their phone or from their
okay.
computer. So let's say that
Yes.
we need a document, like a one-off document, like a sublet bill or something. They
Oh,
can.
drag and drop, put it right in. Yeah.
You got it. Yep. Yep.
And this would go be uploaded, and then Andrea can, we'll pick it up from there.
Yes, we're all about making it simple.
I like it.
And this is the team we were talking about. So every dealership gets a team with us. So you could say that the person in the bottom left-hand corner would be similar to myself. Maybe the representative who's going to come out and get you set up. That'd be your service consultant. Then your warranty admin would be like Andrea, or maybe the gal in the top left corner. Your posting person in the far right corner there, and then your schedules and statements person in the bottom right-hand corner. And so you're going to have this team.
I love it.
A team like this anyway that's working for you and helping you get your claims paid.
Tyler, this is great. This is very, very well done.
and this just shows JVs, journal, where we give you more control over what's going on with your adjustments than
Yeah.
you do in house. Most of the time, a
Yeah.
lot of times dealerships will just have the warranty admin make the adjustment, or maybe the admin has to turn something into the office. Well, we can make the adjustments for you, and it's easily auditable because you've got we have a user logged into the DMS, and it's easily tracked what we've adjusted. And then at the same time, we provide a report like this of every adjustment we've made, and you can see it's true accounting. You've got on the far left, that's the controller, the RO number. Then it's got the account number, the debit amount, the reason, and then you've got again the control number. That's the same RO number, but then you have a different account that you're crediting. So it's true accounting. You've got a debit on the left, a credit on the right, and so we provide you a nice detailed report when we're making the adjustments.
And this is something that, as you said, is available now.
Yes, and this actual report that's been used for many years, but the difference is now, before we would reach out with an email asking for approval to make an adjustment that was over our threshold and put it on that report. Now we'll put it in DICE, so it's much more efficient and smoother now.
I got to ask you a question that's been on my mind. Did you call it DICE because we're going to Las Vegas next week?
You got to roll the dice. That's right.
I think you're not. Again, it's a pretty sure bet. Okay, so it's a
yes, that's right.
It's a
No
smart
risk in
move.
this one.
I like it. Beyond warranty administration. That really says it best. So congratulations to you on that. I like it. Very well done. Andrea, any last thoughts before we turn it over to Tyler here to close us out?
Well, I'll just say that, working at TBF has been the best experience of my entire dealership career. It's a real team effort here from,
Okay.
All the way around. Every department works seamlessly together. It's still very much the dealership experience. I'm just doing it remotely for my stores. I'm very immersed in their day-to-day goings on. So I still get that, dealership touch. But here in this universe, we are just a very seamless, streamlined running company, and I love it. It's a good all around effort.
Well done,
Yeah.
Tyler. Thank you for bringing Andrea Howard on the show today.
Oh, you're very welcome. And I must say that I have to give some credit there to Kristen Toon. One of these days, I hope to get her on here with you, Ted. But
I hear all about you. Never bring Kristen on, but I hear the clients talk about Kristen. So
she's wonderful. She's wonderful.
Okay. Yeah, and she's been instrumental in, of course, setting up all those great relationships with all of our admins. And that is one of the main things is that it's a great, happy work environment, and we have and that's one of the reasons that we're able to not only get but retain the best talent in the industry.
So who's coming to NADA next week? Who are we going to see?
Well, you're going to see myself, Jerry, Nicole from our marketing department, and possibly another gentleman.
All right. We're looking forward to it. Everybody, Jupiter Warranty next week at the NADA show in Las Vegas this year. Good weather is promised, I understand. NADA booth number 7222. Easy to remember that. N in the North Hall. You'll see myself and Sarah Van Tyne will be visiting with Tyler Nathan and the team. And Tyler, congratulations again, and continued success to you. And can't wait to see what you have next at the Jupiter Warranty.
Thanks, Ted.
All right, Andrea, great meeting you, and thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
Everybody, Andrea Howard and Tyler Nathan from Jupiter Warranty here with us today at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.